This is So You Think You Know Jesus, a podcast that will challenge Christian paradigms, uproot traditions of man, and in the end, energize your faith by grounding you in solid biblical truths as you learn to see Scripture through the eyes of the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua. Welcome, author and speaker Rabbi Jeff Grillo of the Rock of Israel congregation in North Carolina, a Messianic synagogue that is part of the National Jewish Fellowship of the Assemblies of God. Now, Rabbi Jeff.
Oh boy, welcome. So you think you know Jesus? I am Rabbi Jeff, and this is episode 1 at long last. Well, a couple weeks later than I wanted to be recording. COVID slowed me down, but we are back, or here. We're back, from our perspective, but I'm excited. This is going to be a great episode. We're going to be looking at a topic that baffled me for the longest time. I got saved when I was 18. I'm in my mid-50s now, and I've been a Messianic rabbi for about 13 years, give or take, at this point. And John chapter 9, roughly verses 1 through 8 or so, is an account that you're probably very familiar with, but maybe a little puzzled as well. And we're going to open your eyes. The blind guy here is going to open your spiritual eyes of understanding, and I hope this is as cool to you as it is and was and probably forever will be to me as well. So in John chapter 9, Yeshua, Jesus, is brought a blind man, and his disciples ask him, who sinned, this man or his parents? And man, isn't that a question we ask all the time when we see somebody like myself, suffering from some sort of a disability. Did he do something and bring it on himself? Did his parents do something? Is this a generational curse? All the times I've had to address that with people. But this is my favorite because Yeshua says, neither this man nor his parents sinned, but that the Father in heaven would be glorified. That is awesome. But how he chooses to heal him is the part that confounded me for the longest time. I mean, he's the express image of God. He is God incarnate, right? He is divine. He could have chosen to heal this man any way he wanted. Very simply, could have just said, receive your sight, be healed. And he would have received it just like that. He could have done anything. He could have, done things that didn't seem as strange as spitting on the ground of all things to make mud to heal his eyes. And after he anointed his eyes with the mud, he sent him away to the pool of Siloam to wash. And he did exactly what he was told. He followed the instruction of Messiah, and he came back every bit healed and whole and seeing, to the point where the people that knew him was like, isn't this the guy that was out begging? Oh, man. What an exciting scene that had to have been. And I can only imagine the joy and the shouts of joy and the tears of happiness that the man must have been shedding at that moment. I look forward to the day when perhaps the Lord will choose to heal me, and for his glory. He doesn't need to heal me for me. I'm going to love him anyway. I'm going to serve him anyway. But I believe that day is coming, and he is going to get a whole lot of glory. But why? Why the mud? And, a number of years ago, I don't remember exactly how many, I came across something in the Talmud. And the Talmud is kind of the codified or the written down version of the oral tradition, the traditions of the fathers, the rabbinic tradition and teachings. It's referred to a lot of different ways. And Yeshua, Jesus, was dealing with the Pharisees a whole lot, challenging them because they, like many Jews today, hold the traditions of the fathers above the authority of Torah, of the law of Moses. And that is just not acceptable. And Yeshua, had a lot of problems with them for that reason. And yet, even though Yeshua demonstrated to them all the time that all of Moses, all of the prophets, the Psalms, it all pointed to him, that even he, God incarnate, decided to stoop to their level, in a sense, to show them in their own writings that, hey, even according to your teachings and traditions, I am he. And what am I talking about? There's Tractate Bava Batra 26b, and it says, and I quote, that the saliva of the father's firstborn has healing in it. I'll let you mull that over for a second. The saliva of the father's firstborn has healing in it. How awesome is that? I can only imagine what the Pharisees were thinking. You can almost imagine the looks of shock and awe as they looked at each other when he performed this amazing miracle. Not only proving he is the Son of God, not only proving he is the great I am, but even doing so through the traditions of men. Just blows me away. I hope that you find that little tidbit of information as awesome and as exciting as I do. That is what this podcast is intended to be. And the first several here for week 1 launch, we're going to put out shorter teachings each day to kind of get you interested, to get your appetite whet for what's coming. And we'll get into longer and longer teachings that will just absolutely rock your world in a good way. None of this is going to have any effect on you other than to deepen your faith, deepen your love, deepen your walk with the Messiah, whom we all love and serve. Well, listen, I am Rabbi Jeff, and it's been exciting finally to be here with you. So You Think You Know Jesus is a ministry outreach of the Rock of Israel congregation. Till next time.
Thanks for learning with us today. For more information and resources, or to invite Rabbi Jeff to speak at your church or next event, call 1-828-201-2883. Once again, that's 1-828-201-2883. Or visit myroic.org. That's myroic.org. Shalom.